But hey, staying on the topic of Leatherface, let's talk about Dead by Daylight. Okay, you may have seen this one circling around. It's a big rumor train right now. Dead by Daylight potentially saying goodbye to Leatherface. Now, here's the thing, okay? This is still not confirmed. It's just a bunch of rumors, but they're strong rumors that come with some significant evidence that came from the public test build of Dead by Daylight, where players found in the code that the perks that Leatherface came with have new strings of coding that show unlicensed versions of them, alternative names, where they'd be unlicensed versions of the Leatherface perks.
Right. It was cookie cutter. The same exact thing happened when Stranger Things was announced that it was going to be removed from Dead by Daylight. Right. Same exact strings of code, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the big piece of evidence right there, is that code does exist. It's in there. It is supported by multiple people who went into the code, and it does match what happened with Stranger Things, and it does make sense in terms of what's happening with the new game coming out. I totally understand whether that's Kim Henkel or Gunn that made the call. They're like, hey, let's pull it from Dead by Daylight just because we don't want it interfering with what we're trying to do over here. I don't think it's necessarily I don't think it's necessary at all.
No,
that chapter's been out a long time. Anyone that's gonna buy it probably already has, and it's not even a full chapter. I don't even know what they call it, a paragraph. I think that is the thing, and yeah, it's literally just Leatherface and his cosmetics, and he's got really cool perks. So if this goes the same way it happened with Stranger Things, they will pull Leatherface out of the game, out of the store, and anyone who purchased him in the past will be able to continue to use him, and the perks will then go over to an unlicensed name like we're seeing in the code, and those will be available separately, or whether or not you unlock those just in the shrine, and you could use blood points to buy them or something like that.
Yeah, it is very possible that in the contract, whoever was making the deal, whether that be Kim Henkel or other potential license holders, that with Leatherface, when it came into Dead by Daylight, they said if there were to be a standalone Texas Chainsaw Leatherface game, that's when their contract would expire.
Right.
Maybe. I don't. It is possible that Kim Henkel said, "Nope, we're taking it away."
Yeah, the reason I say it's unnecessary, I get it. I get why you do it. I think it's unnecessary just because one, for how long it's been out, and why have that drama day one with a massive fan base like Dead by Daylight to come over and potentially, whether it's Gunn who made the call or not, or Sumo Nottingham or Kim Henkel, it doesn't really matter. Gunn's going to be the one to take the flack. And why have that many people potentially go and give you shit? I mean, it was a huge deal when it happened to Stranger Things. What made Stranger Things a bigger deal is that the map got removed, right? So Leatherface is just Leatherface. It's nothing else beyond the perks. And that's actually really... Leatherface is a kind of a noobish killer. It tends to be more successful in the beginner level stages. You do have some beast red rank Leatherfaces out there, but they're pretty rare. So it tends to be a low rank killer to use. It's the perks that are so good, specifically barbecue and chili. Yeah, you Dead by Daylight players know. So you can still have the perks. Perks are still there. Leatherface is still there for those that purchased him.
Yeah.
And there's no map that to be removed.
It doesn't, yeah, like you said, kind of unnecessary because, like, it doesn't take away from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game by having Leatherface in Dead by Daylight. Not in the slightest.
Right. Yeah, I agree, but so it's maybe that's a little bit harder to explain to somebody like Kim Henkel, who's probably not out here playing video games and just sees the character, already over there, doesn't want to interfere with the bigger and better game that's coming out, their own solo game. I do wonder if this is happening Dead by Daylight where they're removing Leatherface. Is that going to be like a thing in Call of Duty? Like,
what Call of Duty was it?
It was Modern Warfare. So, or it was, I don't even know if it was. Yeah, it was Modern Warfare because he was in Warzone.
Yeah, are they going to remove it from that too?
Why? Like that.
And if it's one and not the other,
it's not your audience anyway. Those who are playing Call of Duty, they don't really They don't give a shit.
Right, and if it's one and not the other, well,
then it looks bad, right? Because
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight's a direct competition. I that's what I'm saying. That's why deal with the drama that you don't need.
right.
That's why I don't get why they would do it. But oh well. Also, Leatherface. It's not Leatherface, but it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre DLC that was put into Rocket League.
Right.
That just happened. That just happened in October. So I don't know. You're not going to remove that. What the hell's the point?
Right.
So I don't know. It just, you know that Dead by Daylight audience, man. It's huge, and it has a lot of potential to come at you. So why even bother would be my sentiment. But
Yeah.
oh well, it could happen, and it probably is based on the evidence. So there you go.
It still could not happen.
There's a chance.
There could
Nothing
be-
confirmed.
It could
Nothing
be all this fuss
confirmed.
for nothing, but all signs seem to be pointing that way.
Hopefully, there's still a chance to change this around, because maybe they see the reaction from people with the leaks or rumors.
Right.
They're like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do this. And they pull the plug on the whole idea. But we'll see. I don't know.